On Beyond the Gates, Leslie Thomas is moving on up in the world. But just where will all this money take her, and what will she choose? Silence or regents for her next moves? Leslie Thomas and her daughter Eva are leaping from the have-nots to the have-lots, and Fairmont Crest isn't too happy about its new additions. The first check of her inheritance has been given to Leslie, and already she's putting it to good use, including some new outfits and shoes. But that's not it. In addition to looking the part of society's elite, the purchase of a membership to the exclusive Fairmont Crest Country Club goes a long way to establishing herself as part of the scene. But what really makes a statement is the purchase of a house within the gates, not just any property, but the one that Vernon and Anita Dupri's friends owned, right across the street. There is no chance now that either Anita or Nicole can miss seeing their nemesis every day, enjoying the Dupri's money, and there is nothing they can do to stop her. The trust is watertight according to Bill, and all he can do is watch for her to make the common mistakes the newly rich make when they come into money and advise Vernon what she might be up to. Leslie is not going to rest on her newly acquired and bougie laurels, knowing that it was Anita who pushed her mother too far, has just amped up the hatred and animosity for the Dupris. And taking them down a peg or two seems like the right course of action for her. Mission 1 will be establishing herself at all the right places to be seen and making sure she is in full view of the Dupris. Mission 2 will be giving Eva everything she wished she could have given her to loosen the hold that Ted has on her. She can outbid and compete against the Dupris on every level now, and while money can't buy you class or happiness, I've never seen anyone sad on a jet ski before. Unpopular as it may be, I am 100% Team Leslie. Do I want to see the Dupris ruined? No, but shaken and stirred? Ooh, yes. Because it wouldn't be a soap without a villain. And is there any better than Trisha Mann Grant's Leslie? Leave a thought or comment below. Hey babes, welcome back to Gossip Delight. It's your girl Daisy, and trust me, today's tea is scorching, steamy, and absolutely unmissable. Buckle up, because we're diving straight into the drama. Here's what went down on Friday, August 22nd, 2025, on Beyond the Gates when Madison was unintentionally friend-zoned. Tomas ended up in the financial hot seat, and Chelsea Cat looked to launch without its pilot. On Beyond the Gates, Eva asked, "What did she do now?" when Ted arrived on her hotel room door. Ted said that Leslie hadn't pulled anything new, but he sensed that Eva had always had to live in anticipation of her mother's antics. Eva corrected that Leslie had actually been her best friend most of her life. She had been imaginative and had made her childhood magical, even when she had to be both mother and father despite the presence of stepfather Alan. It wasn't until Alan died and the money had dried up, Eva relayed, that Leslie had started using her powers for evil. Ted wasn't hopeful that Leslie would start behaving again now that she had money. He wanted Eva to be able to stop holding her breath and focus on the family she had in him, Martin, and eventually Kat. Eva laughed at the idea of having that bond with Kat and still intended to have Leslie in her life. Ted understood, but invited Eva to join him and the family at Chelsea Kat's launch that evening. Eva appreciated the gesture, yet didn't want for Kat to have to share her father, or for Kat to think she was somehow trying to sabotage her big night. While Ted was still optimistic that Eva would eventually be welcomed by the entire family, Eva saw the launch as an opportunity for Ted and Nicole to bond as they celebrated their daughter. Leslie arrived to take Eva out, but she assumed from the sight of Ted that Eva already had plans. Eva countered that she was ready to accompany Leslie, who snarked that the only money Ted approved of was the Dupri kind he couldn't get enough of. Once Ted left, Leslie chirped that she and Eva would be dining at the Fairmont Crest Country Club. When Eva noted that Leslie didn't have a pass, Leslie bragged about how she had just bought a membership. Leslie couldn't wait to sample all the finery, and Eva affected a mock snobby gait, glibly droning that she would try not to embarrass Leslie while dining with her. Kat thanked a caller for retrieving a shipment that had been delivered to another city. Chelsea worried that more snafus were coming, but Kat didn't think the universe balanced good things by also doling out bad things. Happy to hear Chelsea come around and say that the Wonder Cousins could handle anything, Kat enthusiastically predicted they would only have champagne problems from that point on, and put her total faith behind Chelsea and her vision. Together, Chelsea and Kat squealed the Chelsea Cat name. As Kat prepared to set up shop at the venue with Tomas and enjoy the upcoming family celebration, Chelsea presented Kat with flowers and thanked her for taking care of all the business aspects and for encouraging her to tell Danny she wanted to quit modeling. The cousins became emotional and giggled as they opted to ditch Tomas and Madison to simply grow old together at the guest house. After Kat left, a shadow appeared in Chelsea's doorway. It was Bill, who had come to congratulate his daughter. Chelsea asked about Haley and was surprised that Bill was going to be at the event instead of home with his recuperating wife. Bill assured Chelsea that Haley would be fine and recalled how Vernon had come up with the nickname Chelsea Cat. Since the cousins had always been inseparable, Chelsea remarked that they'd chosen that name for the company to honor Vernon. Bill expressed his pride in Chelsea's accomplishment and said he'd be the tall guy in the back shouting her name. On his way out, Bill ran into Madison, confused as to why his neurologist was making a house call to his daughter. Madison winced as Chelsea told Bill they were friends, but asked the stroke recoverer if he had been keeping his follow-up appointments. Bill eye-rolled his acknowledgement and left. Chelsea apologized to her girlfriend and elaborated that she hadn't clued Bill into her sexual identity yet, as the dynamic with her father hadn't merited that kind of familiarity. Madison remembered how long it had taken her to come out to her own family and understood that Chelsea needed more time to tell Bill. Chelsea didn't want Madison holding back on being publicly affectionate at the event. When Madison determined that such displays would surely mean Bill finding out about them, Chelsea was fine with it happening in that moment. Madison tested her resolve, demonstrating hand-holding, then kisses to estimate where the affection line should be drawn. They made out after Chelsea instructed Madison that she'd let her know where the line was. Kat's call was interrupted. She had forgotten the PR bags she was supposed to distribute around the event space. Chelsea got Madison to transport them and assured the neurologist that she'd be right behind her. Danny and Naomi came to the Dupri mansion ready to pre-party in honor of Chelsea's purse kickoff. Anita was somber enough that Danny noticed. When Anita disclosed that Leslie had gotten her hands on Barbara's trust fund, Danny assumed Leslie had seduced a man in Barbara's family. "If she's Barbara's daughter, I'm Serena Williams!" Danny exclaimed, when Anita clarified that Barbara was Leslie's mother. Naomi argued with Danny over the idea of bringing Bill in for help. Vernon tabled the squabble by alerting them that Bill had already deemed the trust irrevocable. Nicole grumbled that all they could do was wait and see how Leslie weaponized her newfound fortune against them. Anita wasn't as certain as the Dupri sisters that Leslie would use her money to fund attacks. The singer reminded her daughters that, while they had never wanted for anything, she had had her own times of poverty, like Leslie. Danny didn't share the Anita's opinion that Leslie might spend her wealth on traveling the world instead of bothering them. Nicole posited that Anita wanted the Leslie situation to go away out of a desire to not fight Barbara's daughter, but maintained that she knew Leslie, who wasn't going to stop. "Any more than I will," Nicole promised. Vanessa then paid a visit and reported to the Dupris how Leslie had put her through her paces, making the realtor show her house after house. "The unmitigated gall!" Vernon exclaimed after Vanessa communicated that Leslie had put in a bid on a property right across the street. Vernon was ready to buy the house himself to keep Leslie from having it, but the Dupris realized they couldn't scoop up every available home in Fairmont Crest to that end. Anita advised her clan that they needed to be resigned to the fact that Leslie was going to become a neighbor, one way or the other. Privately, Vernon saw Anita's upset and suggested they skip the launch, but Anita refused. Recalling how Bill and Haley moving into the community had seemed like the end of the world at the time, and how their presence had turned out to be manageable, Vernon reasoned that perhaps Leslie living nearby would also be a non-event. Anita begged to differ. At the country club, Tomas marveled to Kat about the purses being presented in display cases like they were works of art. Kat saw Leslie and Eva entering and told them they didn't belong at the exclusive spot, causing the Thomas women to smirk. Tomas tried to step between Ted's feuding daughters. After Eva crowed that she and her mother would be in the dining room and nowhere near the Chelsea Cat launch, Leslie boasted that she was the club's newest member, which made Kat chortle. However, Kat was dismayed to learn that Tomas had known about Leslie suddenly coming into money. As the maitre d' escorted Leslie and Eva into the banquet room, Tomas sheepishly told Kat she had been too busy with the launch for him to inform her about Leslie's windfall. Kat toppled the celebratory mood of her family upon her arrival at the mansion, cracking, "Seriously, guys? Are we dropping secrets like Drake drops albums?" Anita was sorry about Kat not having been filled in about Leslie's ascent, yet stressed that Kat needed to focus on the launch. Kat wasn't sure how she could, but Danny asserted that Leslie couldn't touch Chelsea Kat's achievement. Vernon chimed in that Chelsea and Kat were what made the Dupri name great. Kat wondered why Chelsea still hadn't arrived, causing Madison to quip that Chelsea was probably changing her shoes for the third time. As Chelsea indeed swapped out her footwear, a hand grasping a cloth reached out from behind her and covered her mouth. Chelsea screamed. Bill and Ted watched Leslie and Eva sipping bubbly across the banquet room. "You forgive with the same energy I hold a grudge," Bill decided after Ted granted that he wouldn't know Eva had Leslie not come back into town. Ted replied that he was doing his best to get past the scandal through which Eva had been introduced to him and make up for missing her childhood. Leslie was adamant about keeping her gaze on Bill, wanting him to see her transformation from the trembling little coward he chased out of town to the deserving socialite. Eva praised her mother's courage in having given birth to her anyway, despite Bill's threats. Leslie regretted that Barbara hadn't had her instinct for self-preservation and was saddened that her mother had ended her life after having her dreams stolen from her by Anita. Eva hated that Barbara hadn't gotten to meet either of them, but sensed that Barbara was now taking care of them. Leslie agreed and raised her glass to Barbara. Eva said, "Thanks, Grandma," while Leslie winked at Ted. Bill asked him where things stood with him and Nicole, and was flabbergasted to discover that Nicole had started to date Carlton, Ted's own business partner. When Ted wanted Bill's help, Bill said he didn't deal in amicable divorces. Ted made clear that his intention was to stop the divorce. Bill didn't think there was much he could do there outside of stretching out the proceedings. After Ted asserted that he would do his part if Bill did his, Eva stopped by to say goodnight to her dad, but Leslie warned Bill that she wasn't the same person he had once trifled with. Eva tried to lead Leslie away, while Bill sneered that harassing another club member was grounds for expulsion. "You think you can intimidate me, Billy Goat?" Leslie sassed. Ted, Bill, and Eva were all equally shocked when Leslie proclaimed that she had bought the house across the way from the Dupris. Once the Thomases returned to Eva's room, Eva fumed that Leslie had always claimed she couldn't be happy without money and status. But now that she had it, all she could do was step on people's necks. Leslie denied that buying a mansion on the other side of the Dupris had been a revenge tactic and told Eva she could have a whole wing. Eva retorted that, unlike Leslie, she didn't get off on everyone hating her. "They took my mother. They took my man. They threatened to take you," Leslie insisted. "No amount of money in the world would make them even," Leslie stated. She would just have to be happy with some real estate, which she had exaggerated about. As Leslie confessed that she had only made an offer, she got confirmation that the offer had been accepted. Leslie danced around the room. Eva looked disgusted. Ted. So what did the often clueless guy do this time? Suggest that Eva go to the Chelsea Cat show on his arm. Yeah, because that wouldn't push all of Kat's buttons. Fortunately, Eva knows better than to accept her dad's invite. Instead, she goes to the club with Leslie, who has used some of her new money to buy a membership. Of course, the Chelsea Cat show is slated to take place at the club, so Kat loses it when the Thomas women enter. "You don't belong here," she tells them, to which they respond with this look. Soon enough, Leslie and Eva are escorted to their table in the dining room, across from Bill and Ted's table, obviously, as Kat is left stewing. Ted tells Bill to stall the divorce, and Leslie swings by their table to warn Bill that she's not the same girl he messed with before. Bill warns that he will get her kicked out of the club, but Leslie isn't about to be intimidated. The Dupri clan gathers for a pre-show drink, giving Anita the perfect opportunity to break the news about Leslie and her new fortune to Danny and Naomi. "If she's Barbara's heir, then I'm Serena Williams," snarks Danny. Fully aware of the truth, Nicole responds, Then call me Venus. Even as they're all dealing with this bit of news, Vanessa stops by to tell them that Leslie actually made an offer on the house across the street. Danny suggests Vernon make a counteroffer. "What's money for if not to keep your daughter's ex's crazy baby mama away?" she asks. Anita says if it's not that house, it'll be another, and they need to just be prepared for it. Kat arrives, furious at having been kept in the dark about the latest Leslie twists. "Are we dropping secrets like Drake does albums?" she asks. By episode's end, Leslie learns that her offer has been accepted. Eva isn't thrilled with her mom's purchase, but Leslie's literally so happy she's dancing around the room. The Dupris soon learn about their new neighbor and have, well, a decidedly less enthusiastic response. But soon, everyone is wondering where Chelsea is, especially when she doesn't respond to calls or texts. Bill visits to wish Chelsea luck and runs into Madison. "Why is my neurologist making house calls?" His daughter claims they are friends. Once he's gone, Chelsea admits she hasn't told her dad about her sexuality, let alone her girlfriend. Despite this, Chelsea wants Madison to be by her side and in full-on PDA mode at the show, even if that means revealing her truths to Bill. As Kat, Madison, and the Dupris are waiting for Chelsea, she's putting the final touches on her outfit. At that moment, someone sneaks up behind the beauty, who screams as they cover her mouth with a rag. She later is seen unconscious and chained to a bed. But who kidnapped her? Beyond the Gates spoilers. For Monday, August 25th, hint at some major bombshells in the land of Fairmont Crest. Martin Richardson spends some time with Samantha Richardson. Meanwhile, the Dupri family will be stunned when they realize one of their own has gone missing. Plus, where is Chelsea Hamilton? Learn more about what to expect from the CBS soap below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Monday, August 25th imply Martin and Samantha will enjoy some pops and daughter time. Their little family has been through a lot, from Martin's temporary separation with Bradley Smitty Smith to the kids meeting their biological mother, June. Samantha has been handling things in stride, but she may unload a little trauma on Martin during Monday's show, considering all she's been through as of late, and in her younger years when she was abandoned by her drug addict mom. Meanwhile, the Dupri family will be completely caught off guard when they realize Chelsea is gone. She was supposed to show up at the Chelsea Cat Purse brand launch and never made it. The family will be highly suspicious. So where is Chelsea? And who kidnapped her? During the BTG preview for the week of August 25th, a clip is shown of a very distraught Danny Dupri as Bill Hamilton embraces her. Chelsea's parents will be out of their mind with worry, so what happens next? The last fans saw Chelsea, someone came from behind and placed a cloth over her mouth, knocking her unconscious. When she came to, she was chained to a bed somewhere unknown. There's a good chance that fans will learn more about where Chelsea is and who has her on Monday's show. It's a very scary situation to be in, but who's behind it all? Could her ex-girlfriend, Allison, be the one who has kidnapped her? Or is someone else? Beyond the Gates spoilers note the promo for the week of August 25th to 29 has dropped, and it reveals that Bill Hamilton will throw Leslie Thomas out of the house, while Chelsea Hamilton panics as she realizes she's been kidnapped. The BTG preview opens with a scene between Leslie, Eva Thomas, and Vanessa McBride. Vanessa is helping secure Leslie's new mansion in Fairmont Crest, so it looks like the deal is being inked. During the clip, Leslie states that she needs to stake her claim on Fairmont Crest, ASAP. Then, as a scene flashes to Ted Richardson looking unimpressed. As the promo progresses, a clip shows Leslie in the Dupri mansion with Anita Dupri, Vernon Dupri, and Bill. Bill asks his former parents-in-law, "May I?" Vernon states, "Be our guest," as Bill proceeds to lift Leslie up to throw her out of the family mansion, as she screams, "Unhand me, demon!" Next, Vanessa is shown with Joey Armstrong as the casino owner, states that she's seen things, and he doesn't like leaving loose ends lying around. This is when Vanessa asks her business partner, Lover, "Are you threatening me?" Elsewhere, Samantha Richardson tells Martin Richardson that he can't stop her from growing up, as the father replies to her that there are dangers everywhere. Speaking of danger, The next clip in the Beyond the Gates preview for the week of August 25th, 29 reveals a concerned Nicole Richardson as she states that Chelsea hasn't shown up at the club. Fans saw the purse designer and social media influencer get kidnapped on the Friday, August 22nd episode, so it seems as if her family will finally realize something is wrong. No one could reach her during Friday's show, and as the promo continues, a scene is shown between Danny Dupri and Bill, as the mom begs Chelsea's dad to bring her home. The two parents embrace. The last scene is a desperate Chelsea, completely freaking out in her hostage room. As she's chained to a bed, Chelsea can be seen screaming, "Somebody please help me!" Beyond the Gates, spoilers suggest that Chelsea is sure to have a scary week, as she remains confined in an unknown location. But who has kidnapped her? Beyond the Gates spoilers for Monday, August 25th, imply that fans will learn a little more about Chelsea Hamilton's hostage situation, while the Dupri family will be shocked to their core when they realize one of their own has gone missing. During the Friday, August 22nd episode, BTG fans saw Chelsea getting ready for her big night, the launch party for her purse brand, Chelsea Cat. A leather-clad individual came up from behind her with a chloroform cloth, knocking her unconscious and dragging her away. The last scene was of Chelsea, out cold on a bed somewhere unknown, chained to it. During the August 25th show, fans will see Chelsea wake up and panic once she realizes where she is. With that said, she won't be the only one who is terrified. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Monday, August 25th, suggest that the Dupri family will be stunned when they realize Chelsea is gone. From the sounds of it, it seems as if Chelsea will be in a hostage situation, and as the Dupris have a ton of money, it looks like the kidnappers will let the family know who they have and potentially want ransom money for her. Is Allison behind this? Possibly her husband, Craig. A real plot twist might be the fact that this is the doing of Dr. Madison Montgomery, as fans don't know much about the doctor, so only time will tell. Lastly, BTG spoilers hint that Martin Richardson will enjoy some pops and daughter time with Samantha Richardson. This is a very nice thought, considering all the family has been through. Martin and Bradley Smitty Smith have reconciled, but their temporary separation caused the family some stress. In addition, the kids meeting their real mom, June, was challenging. Beyond the Gates, spoilers reveal the two will bond. However, fans should be surprised if there's a little conflict, as Martin tries to protect Samantha from an idea she has, while she will insist that she's grown up enough to handle it. The Beyond the Gates spoilers for August 25th to 29 are here. The upcoming week features worries as Chelsea goes missing, Danny and Bill share a close moment, and more. Check out the full spoilers below. The Dupris are frantic when they discover one of their own has gone missing. Meanwhile, Samantha and Martin have some father-daughter bonding time. The hostage situation intensifies. Anita, Vernon, and Kat take matters into their own hands. Andre spies a close moment between Danny and Bill. Martin makes a deal with the devil. Leslie ruffles some feathers. Naomi leans on her husband. Madison issues an apology. Vanessa has news to share with the Dupris. Jacob and Kat follow a promising lead. Derek opens up to Ashley. An unlikely duo exchange wedding vows. The kidnapper has another insane demand for their hostage. Ted surprises Leslie with an intriguing proposal, while Tomas offers to help Eva. Nicole has an upsetting update for her son, as the Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of August 25th, 29 reveal more drama. You can't afford to miss it. Beyond the Gates airs weekdays on CBS. Tune in. Beyond the Gates spoilers for August 18, 2025. See Eva Thomas losing it. She is just about fed up with her devious mama Dana Leslie Thomas. Haley Lawson is not nearly done scheming, and more comes out on that soon. Let's dive into it on Early Edition. We talk about what's coming the rest of this week, and then what is coming the week after that. With that in mind, on Wednesday, August 13th, we've got Leslie's latest antics frustrating Eva. Remember, she wanted Leslie to call that law firm about the inheritance. But what happens when she does? Eva is all excited because if her mom's got money from someplace else, she may stop harassing her about continuing to borrow money from Dr. Ted Richardson, which of course Eva feels bad about. Leslie doesn't even feel bad knowing that Eva is taking this money as a loan. You know, Leslie doesn't seem like the kind of lady who's going to pay her bills. So, she's definitely not worried about Eva paying back Ted. She thinks every penny of that is owed to them. I mean, really, she should go back and just go to court and ask for 18 years of back child support. She'd probably get a pile if she went about this the right way. So, I wonder if Leslie is going to hang up on the law firm before she gets the info and annoy Eva Thomas, or even lie to her. Leslie making that call might be why Peaches shows up at her door this week. Peaches, of course, is a new character. She has scenes with Ted also this week at Uptown. Samantha and Tyrell Richardson are completely blindsided. Martin Richardson and Bradley Smitty Smith sit down with them at the house. Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne and Jacob Hawthorne are there this week, and they tell Smitty and Martin they found Tyrell and Samantha's biomom. Kat and Thomas Tom Hernandez dance salsa, and they are really struggling with the lack of rhythm. Kat thinks the bad dancing is a mirror of the bad nookie they had. They are definitely not on the same sheet of music or the same bed sheet either. Not that they actually did it on a bed sheet. They did it on a sofa. Just by the way, that was a white sofa, and she was losing her V-card. I don't know if they thought that through in terms of the set. You shouldn't be losing it on a sofa, and definitely not a white sofa. Eva talks to Tomas about the awkwardness between him and Kat when they're dancing. He tells Eva it's crazy how she gets him. It's clear Tomas is a better match for Eva than Kat. But you know, misters before sisters with those two. Chelsea Hamilton tries to set boundaries with Allison and put an end to her antics once and for all. I have to wonder if Chelsea's ex is back, doing stuff to get her attention. It certainly sounds like she's not going to go away quietly or soon on Beyond the Gates. On Thursday, August 14th, Dr. Nicole Dupri Richardson stuns Ted Richardson when she slaps him with divorce papers. This week, he heads over to Fairmont Crest, divorce papers in hand. He sits down at Anita Dupri and Vernon Dupri's table and tells them what she did, that she served him with divorce papers. Anita says to Ted, "Look, if you still love Nicole, you need to fight for her." That's good advice for Ted. But Nicole may not appreciate Anita saying that because I think she wants to draw a line in the sand and put Ted Richardson in her rear view. A blast from Leslie's past shows up at her door. It's Peaches, a new character who seems older than Leslie. Mom? Aunt? Older sister? We'll see. Leslie's not happy to see her. I suspect, based on the timing, that the phone call to the law firm is what gave Peaches the info to track Leslie down. Also on Thursday, Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne gets June ready to meet her kids after not seeing them since they were little. The kids in the picture look like they are 23, and they're teenagers. It's been, 14, 15 years maybe, since she's seen her children. This is going to be really stressful. I struggle with Naomi bringing them back into her life because June is just not a mentally well woman. We'll see. Hopefully, Samantha and Tyrell are the ones wanting to meet her, not just being pushed to meet her. Anita and Vernon comfort one of their daughters. We'll see if it's Nicole or Danny Dupri. Nicole just hit Ted with divorce papers. Danny just got hit with Andre saying, "I can't be your bed buddy anymore." Of course, Anita and Vernon might be happy to hear that Danny is not seeing Andre anymore. I'm sure Nicole is going to be happy about that as well. On Friday, August 15th, Ashley Morgan faces a major medical crisis. I wonder if this is Allison and if she was harmed by her allegedly abusive husband, or if Allison did something to herself for attention from Chelsea Hamilton. This poor girl is obviously obsessed, maybe a little deranged, and obviously in a bad marriage. Andre talks to Ted about relationship issues, so hopefully Andre will hear Ted out too. I'm sure Ted is going to tell him about Nicole filing divorce papers. Andre is going to open up about breaking up with Danny, and then Ashley calling it off with him. I wonder if Andre is going to realize there's some kind of disconnect about what happened with Ashley, because he isn't entirely clear on what happened. She seemed in, and then all of a sudden, out. Nicole and Danny are there for each other, and Vanessa McBride is there to help them too. Nicole is of course sad about the official end of her marriage, but she may be happy that Andre's not seeing her sister Danny anymore. Vanessa is going to be supportive, but not talking about her own messy personal life, I'm sure. The articulates put the past to rest, and now people want to know what is next for Anita Dupri and the girls. I wonder if Anita is going to tell them that Devin Winters wants them to do some recording for his label. The week of August 18th through the 22nd, we are going to have more fallout from the reveal of June as Samantha and Tyrell's mom. I wonder if this may reconcile Martin Richardson and Smitty faster than anything else would, because they need to be together to be there for their daughter and son. I also wonder if June can be trusted. She's not stable. Naomi is vouching for her, but she can't control her. It's a good sign that June is going home with her sister Regina. She seems to be coming out of whatever is wrong with her. Hopefully, the surgery has helped. Andre may circle back around to Ashley and find out that she saw him with Danny. If Andre can't have Ashley, I wonder if he may circle back to Danny. But of course, she just kind of admitted to herself that she still loves Bill Hamilton and admitted it to Nicole as well, so she may say no. I wonder if Ted is going to accept and sign the divorce papers Nicole sent, or if he's going to take Anita's advice and fight. Dr. Doug McBride and Randy Parker keep plotting against Joey Armstrong, but it feels like these two just have a death wish. I think Vanessa is the only thing keeping Joey from giving them both a dirt nap at this point. More on Randy and Haley coming soon. We'll find out what their tie is. Haley and Randy could be secretly family, a brother-sister thing. I don't know. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.